Hey everybody. Oh, I don't know if I have sound. Let's see. Are we live? It looks like we're revving up to be live. Woo, woo, woo. All right. Let's see what's going on here in video land, everybody. Everybody, come on and join the stream. Everybody. Hello, hello, hello. La, 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 la. Hey, all right, people are starting to pop on. Hi, Laura. Hi, Anita, Christy, Laura. I'm so glad that you guys are out there today. This is a total impromptu pop on, I guess. And so I just thought I was out on the golf course, came home, checked my email, and I found an email for an additional discount, even on top of the sale prices that are wrapping up this weekend. And I thought I was going to pop on and talk about this anyway. And so I thought, I should tell everybody, check your email, because there's an email where you get an extra 5% off your order. And that's on top of all of the great sale prices and stuff that are going on. Hey, everybody. I'm so glad all of you are out here. South Carolina. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lori Hancock. Hey, what are you doing on a Friday night? Hey, my husband just took off. He's going to go roam around the woods and look for burros and take pictures. If you are a nature photography lover, follow him on Instagram, because he is so much fun to follow and he takes really, really great pictures. Why I'm really on? Well, two things. I wanted to talk about this, and I finally got another set of these with the complete foam on the inside. So I wanted to talk about that. But what I really want to tell everyone is check your email so you can find this coupon for 5% off. It's good for one-time use, but it's good across the entire Totally Tiffany website on anything, including, and really the big deal about it is, on top of everything that's on special, you can use that coupon code to get an additional 5% off everything that's on special. So I'm going to talk about this in a second, and I'm going to try to watch. It's only me, which makes it harder to answer questions and that kind of stuff. So if you do have a question, put a whole bunch of question marks first, and then maybe it'll kind of pop out for me when I glance over at the screen. I'll try to catch this stream, but I don't know that I really will. I'm assuming you all can hear me just fine. So if you can say, hey, thumbs up. Yes, I can hear you. Otherwise, you're just probably watching me just blah, blah, blah. So we introduced these this week, and I didn't have, this one. I didn't have a full block of foam to show you how the foam insert works. And I just got them in the mail yesterday, or maybe this morning. I guess they actually came this morning. So when will the new lowest totes with the cover be available? The new lowest totes with the cover are available now. They're called Cindy. Maybe that's what's confusing, right? So we gave her a new name. Cindy is the lowest tote with the lid. And so the lid zips across on the Cindy. I'll grab one. Actually, I'll grab one really quickly here from my tower of totes. So the difference between Lois and Cindy, the dimensions are the same. So you've got all that great space that you normally would have. The interior pockets of the Cindy come up and zip together to form the top to help hold everything in. Plus, we've added a pocket on the outside that's fabric and a pocket on this side that's clear. And you do have that adjustable shoulder pad too. So if you are looking for Lois with the lid, who you're really looking for is Cindy. So search Cindy. And if you go, a couple things. If you're looking for the sale items, so that 5% off is across the Totally Tiffany site. But if you want the sale items, click on the on special tab, and it'll put up a drop down of buddy bags, which are buy two, get your third one free. I think Fab Files are buy two, get the third one free. I mean, you just don't want to miss out on the weekend. It ends on Sunday, my understanding is. So take a look around your craft room and see what you need, and then use that extra 5%, but it's on top of the sale prices. Okay, so this is what the block of foam looks like when you buy the new, these are the pack and pop cases, right? Which you probably all saw. Here's one. This is what they do, just in case you missed it. I'm doing with one hand. They pull up like this, and you can zip them closed, and then they're easy to travel with, throw into your tote or whatever. The cool thing about these, the best feature about them, is that you can customize the inside to hold exactly the tools that you want, straight up and separate, so it's easy to grab those tools. How does that work? Some of you saw, I didn't have this to show. This is what is going to come packed inside your pack and pop case. And when you get that, you're going to think, well, how does that work? Well, if you squish down on that, this pick and pluck foam, I don't know if you can really see it. You see how it has these little cuts in it? All you have to do is decide which little cut you want to pull out. And so I'm grabbing the cut, I'm holding the rest with my fingers, and then I'm just pulling it out, right? So now I've got this perfect little hole for putting whatever I want in. And so as you randomly pick and pluck those little sections out, you are creating the stand for whatever you want to stand up inside your pack and pop case with the pick and pluck foam. Okay, so boom, right? There we go. And it doesn't matter what you're going to put in there, what size it is or whatever. I mean, like I've got some paintbrushes here. I may want to get that hole's kind of big. I may want to put 3 paintbrushes per hole, whatever you want to do. But it does give you that straight up and easy to grab, which is what's unique about these little pack and pop cases over something in the marketplace that might be similar. So the pick and pluck foam in the pack and pop case makes them really cool and super functional. But I wanted to share the pick and pluck function with you because I didn't get to show it to you during Craft House. Hi, Christina. It's so good to see you. Every question, what is the best thing to store your big ATG tape runner? It depends how you're storing it. Are you literally storing it, or do you want it on your workspace? Because, pardon me while I duck down for a minute here. Let me grab this. So this is a hot glue gun holder. But this is how I store my big ATG. And I'm going to grab one really quickly. I'll keep talking so people who are tuning in don't think that there's nothing going on. But so if you have a big tape gun, if you like using a big tape runner, like an ATG or like the Xyron Mega, this is a great stand to have on your desk for that. Because instead of laying it down, this getting stuck on things or it getting buried, you can just park it on your hot glue gun stand, grab it when you want to use it, and put it right back. The little cup at the end then is a great place to store kind of your basic tools and supplies, pens, pencils, rulers, that kind of stuff while you're working with it. Of course, if you've got this with a glue gun, you're probably going to have glue sticks in there. But it works for the ATG, and it also works for the Xyron Mega. Now, this is the one I use for glue, so there's all kinds of glue on there. I need to flick that off. But I have one that's just for my ATG, and then nothing gets stuck because that's a glass plate right there. So that would be my best suggestion for you for using it, storing it. Now, if you want to put it into a bag, I think that you're probably going to find, and I'm going to test it right now. This is a great question I don't know the answer to. I think you're going to find that this is probably going to fit very nicely into the A4 8.5 by 11 paper taker. And you could probably add your extra rolls of ATG tape in there as well. So if you're looking for somewhere to store it, transport, keep it safe, keep it from sticking on other things, I think the A4 8.5 by 11 paper taker is going to be a great choice for that with this tool. I mean, you maybe even could do your hot glue gun holder in there as well. Keep both of your sticky things together at the same time, right? Let me slide these back in. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to talk about that I bumped up against just today is these brand new inks that I just got. You all might have purchased them. These are the shimmer inks from Crafter's Companion. Sorry, I'm not used to the camera angle here. So why do I need to talk about these? I've talked about storing inks a bazillion times. I got these. I was like, those are cool. They're really pretty. They have this nice little shimmer to them. They were on special during the sale. And I got them and I started labeling them. And the first thing I did, right, so I'm going to use my Stephanie bag, and I'm going to use the labels that come with the Stephanie bag. And the first thing I did was ink up that label with the blue and put it on there. And then I realized that I almost covered the whole label when I put the next ink pad on top. So I thought, oh, what am I going to do to fix that? So I cut the label. Well, the first thing I did, you can't tell on this one, was I put the label on the bottom, and then I tried to use my X-Acto knife to cut it nice and neatly and then stick the other piece on the top. That was a disaster. Don't do that. Cut your label, ink up your label, and then cut your label in half and put half the label on the base and half the label on the lid. And that way, when you stack them up, right, you get a better view of all the labels, right? Also a mistake where I place the label. So when you look at this, you think, oh, that's the natural spot to place the label. But then when I put them in my Stephanie bag, which they fit perfectly in, so definitely it's a great place to store them, all the weight was at the front. So when I picked it up, they all dumped out. And I thought, well, that's ridiculous. Why is that happening? Oh, because all the weight is at the front. And so then I thought, shoot, I should have put the label at the back. And then when I picked it up, all the weight would slide to the back. I would still be able to see all the colors, but they wouldn't spill out. So I made my labels. And so you can see I put these in backwards. So now instead of, where's my pink one? It's right at the bottom, right here. So now instead of labeling them on the front, what feels like the front, I guess, I am going to put them all in here. Yeah. And I'm going to label them. I did the same thing, cut the labels in half, and I'm going to label them along this lighter, skinnier side. So when I put them in the Stephanie bag, look, they don't all fall out. So there's my tip today for those of you who purchased these fabulous shimmer inks, especially while they were on sale. And I think we also had them, Crafter's Companion also offered them on HSN. So you may have picked them up there. So just use those labels from your Stephanie Buddy bag, ink them up. Oh, I didn't do a very good job putting that on, did I? Ink them up and then put them on this side. So when you load them in your Stephanie Buddy bag, you can see the colors. There's my big tip for you. I'll probably talk about this again on Tuesday Live this coming Tuesday, because see what I mean? If you're not careful, they just dump it all out. So put them in backward, what feels like backwards, and then the weight will be in the back. So now I have to relabel all of those. The weight will be in the back and they'll stay in there. They'll stay better in there. Now remember with the Stephanie bag, you're putting your boxes in what feels like backwards, but it's really the front of the bag so that you can actually see all the inks that are in there and all the colors that are in there as well. So that's my little tip for you after getting my shimmer inks and kind of figuring that out. I hope that's helpful when you get yours. Peggy Sue Wiskell says, hello, Tiffany. Your products are changing my crafting and organizing my life. Thank you for your great items. You're so welcome. I'm glad you found me. So I think that's it. I'm going to scroll down here and see if there's any questions here. Jenny Lawrence says, if you get a chance and see this question, do you know where I might find the 12 by 18 by Fab File? I saw it made a comeback appearance not too long ago, and I missed getting any. Yeah, we don't have them, and there aren't any anywhere. The comeback appearance that you saw, they came in and they went out, I think, in 2 days. So I'm really pushing to get those back in stock. I think they're a great item. So keep your eyes and ears open. If you're not on the email list, make sure you get on the email list, because then you'll be one of the first to know. I also try to give updates like that on that kind of stuff on Tuesday Live. It's something that, like I said, I'm pushing for now. But it won't be, even if I was able to get everybody to agree with me that we should bring it back, it would still be probably 6 months. So look for late spring, early summer if that's going to make a comeback. But it's a great product. I hope it does. Renee says, what is the, oh, that's one. Okay, I already read that one. Question, will you have, Linda Falconer says, will you have any product at the Ontario Expo, on the Ontario Expo? I will not personally be there with a booth, but The Stamps of Life, Stephanie Bernard carries some Totally Tiffany stuff. And I know she's going to have the brand new Faline Buddy Bag, which I guess I can show you guys because we announced it last night on her channel. We don't have it on our website. Stephanie is first to market with the Faline Buddy Bag. She has an exclusive on it for a short time. She will have them at the Ontario Scrapbook Show. Faline, Faline. I've been singing that song ever since we released the bag. Where is it? Okay, I'm going to have to step off camera again here. So brand new Faline Buddy Bag just released last night. Stephanie will have it in the Stamps of Life booth at the Ontario show. She usually brings some other Totally Tiffany products as well. I will check with her to see what all she's taking. I think that's the first weekend in November. So Faline is a 6x6 buddy bag. And I know so many of you are thinking, oh my gosh, I've been asking for that forever. So here it is. I think Stephanie last night on the launch got 12 of her paper pads in the Faline. So she'll hold up to 12. I have the 6x6 tab divider pockets in with mine, and depending on how thick everything is, right, you're getting 4 inches across this way. Depending on how thick your paper pads are, that's going to dictate how many you get in there. But Stephanie, the Stamps of Life, I think she said she got 12 in there last night. These are not available on her website yet. You can go to her website. I don't know if you can look it up. You might be able to look it up and it'll say coming soon or something, and then you can put your name in the email list. I think it will go live on her website on November 6th, which is this Sunday night after the Ontario show. But she did say last night she would have them in Ontario. So join her email list and you'll know if this is something you're interested in. So the question came up last night. Why is this different than the 6x6 fab file, the 6x6 paper taker, the 6x6 paper handler? This is different for a couple of reasons. Well, obviously, than the paper handler is wide open, right? So it's open all the time. It's easy to get to, easy often on your shelf, but it's open. This closes up like the paper taker or like the fab file. Why is it different? The paper taker is much thinner. So here are the two of them together, right? So you can see this is 4 inches. This is just under 2 inches. So you get a lot more stuff in here. The paper taker also is great for carrying that amount of stuff or storing that amount of stuff, but you can't work out of it. It will tip over if you had paper in it and you were trying to grab paper in and out of it. You see it's falling over there. It will tip over. It's not designed to stand up. With the Faline Buddy Bag, this bag is designed to stand up so that you can work out of it. And like I said, it will hold twice as much as the 6x6 paper taker. So it depends on the space you're using, what you're putting in, how you're dividing things up. A lot of people are also using the 6x6 paper taker for 6x6 die and stamp storage. So a little bit narrower for that as well. But so you've got the big handle on the side here, and then you do have the top flap and the side flaps, which really close that up on the inside. So along with being a great bag for 6x6 paper, it is also a great project bag, right? So if you are working on a series of cards or some other small project where you want to have the paper, the dies, you know, the glitter, the washi tape, maybe it's your Christmas card pack, all your Christmas card supplies. This is a little bit bigger, a little bit roomier, so it's easier to put that whole collection of products in there for a particular project, if you will. Of course, we were asked last night during the launch, will it hold tri-blends? And the answer is yes, it will. So I'm going to dump these in here. I'm going to guess it will hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to guess it'll hold 72. Like that's just off the top. I obviously don't have 72 to put in there at the moment. I'll check it out, but it will definitely hold those, and it will close. It's got this extra room at the top, so it will close over the top of them as well. So of course, that's the first question, right? We all love our tri-blends. Will it hold my tri-blends? So it will work for that. So the Faline Buddy Bag will be at the Ontario Scrapbook Expo, and it will be available first on Stephanie's website, thestampsoflife.com. So definitely sign up for her email if that's something that you're interested in. There it is, Faline. And since the launch yesterday, since I knew we were launching yesterday, I had that song in my head, Jolene, except it was Faline, 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 Faline. I know it's crazy. Okay, let's see. Is that all the questions, I think? Oh, there's Faline. Faline Tonkin is on, and she is the namesake of the Faline bag. Hi, Faline. I'm so glad you're here. Amelia Ray says, when are the stamp bags returning? Are you talking about the double-sided Stamp Store and Go bags? They are on the list. I actually think that Stephanie might have a couple of them. There's the 1 inch, the 1.5, and the 2 inch, if that's what you're talking about. And then there's the double-sided one. I think the Stamps of Life might have them if they're in stock. If not, scrapbook.com will have them. I know we have them in the warehouse, so they might not be online yet. I'm not sure they're ever going to come back to the Totally Tiffany website. There are some things that are being distributed solely out of the US, and those go to other retailers like the Stamps of Life, like scrapbook.com or Michael's or Joann's. Michaels.com is a great place to look for that stuff too, because they are picking up almost the whole Totally Tiffany line on Michaels.com. I think Joann now has a lot of it on Michaels.com. So I would check both of those places. I honestly, I don't think it's going to be back on the Totally Tiffany website. I don't know that for a fact. I haven't seen, there's some changes going on. I haven't seen the list, but my gut is telling me that that's something that the US team said, let us sell that through Scrapbook, scrapbook.com and Joann's and Michael's and those places instead of it just being on the TT website. Sorry, I wish I had a better answer. Let's see. Cindy says, love seeing you on a non-Tuesday. Hi, Cindy. I'm so glad you're with us. Cindy is the namesake, Cindy Sutherland, of the Cindy Tote Bag. We have all the names here, right? Is Barb on? Barb's another namesake. Let's see. Deanna Snyder Thomas says, any storage solutions for the Sizzix Bigs dies? I don't know how big those are. So if you put up another post and tell me how big they are, I'd be happy to see if I can answer that. I just don't know what the dimensions of those are, but I'm happy to give it a shot for you. Another lady, I need this Faline bag. This Faline bag is awesome. People are going to love it. I mean, it's just so functional. So actually, Faline would know. So we have someone saying, I don't think it's on yet. Faline, do you know if Stephanie is going to put the Faline bag up so people can sign up, send me an email while it's here, or if they're going to have to wait for it to actually pop up on after the Ontario show? If you know the answer to that, please feel free to share it with us. Hi, Barb Howell from Portland, Oregon. So glad you're here. And look at everyone's popped on. How fun. Denise says, oh my God, I need a few of those. They're really a great size. You're going to they're going to be very functional. I believe that Faline is going to be one of the most popular bags just because the size and functionality of it is going to serve so many great uses. Laura Russell says, how do you do it? Such great products. Thanks, Laura. I mostly do it because of you guys. People ask me for things. They have a problem. And then other people say, yeah, that is a problem. And then I think about it, and then I say, for those of you who follow me, like a lot of times I'm like, what do you guys think of this? How much would you pay for it? How many do you need? And then from the feedback there, I think, okay, this is a real problem, and this is a good solution. And sometimes you say, I don't want any of those. There's been a couple products I've brought out where people say, no, we're not interested in that. Go back, come back when you have something better. But it really comes from either my own experience. The Craft and Carry workstation, for example, is a problem that I had. And when I brought it to you guys and said, do you also have this problem? Everyone said, yes, we all have that problem. And so then that inspires me to go and create some sort of solving. But a lot of times you guys will ask me for something and I think, oh, I wonder if everybody has that problem. Then you'll see I get on Facebook and say, does everybody have this problem? And then I go to work. And it's really fun. So keep asking for things. Sharon says, so happy to have seen it yesterday. Yay. So she must have been watching with Stephanie. Cindy Sutherland, congrats, Faline. I was so excited when my Cindy bag came out. Barbara Carlson, also on Barbara, the namesake of the Barbara bag. I wish Crafter's Companion would carry everything. I prefer to order from one place and save on shipping. I know, Barb. I will share that insight with them. Yeah, I think it's really important. What you guys think and what you guys want is can really influence what we do. So I'll make sure and bring that up to them as well. Barb Carlson says, I'm going to do a 5-week Get Organized challenge to try and get a lot done in my studio. So for those of you who don't know, Barb a lot of times will host or does host Get Organized challenge, either the full thing or mini ones when she's working on something to kind of help you guys and encourage you and put all the links and stuff up that you need. So keep your eyes on the Get Organized with Totally Tiffany page on Facebook, because it sounds like Barb is getting ready to fire off another one. Thanks, Barb. Let's see. Cheryl says, hi, Tiffany. I just caught you live. I'm so glad that you guys did. I know sometimes when I just jump in, it's harder because no one knows what's going on. Deanna Snyder Thomas says, the bigs are 5.5 by 6 and about a 1/2 inch thick. 5.5 by 6 and about a 1/2 inch thick. And I'm just going to guess that they're too big, just off the top of my head, for my good friend, the Leanne Buddy bag. Let me find a Leanne here. Oh, also, you can tell I'm unprepared because I didn't come with my apron on, loaded up with my tape measure and my notepad and all the things that I usually have when I'm talking to you guys, so that when people ask me questions, I can answer them. But it looks to me like this. I think this is 4. Let's see. So the Leanne is 4 by 12 by 4. So you could go 5 by 5 and 6, about a 1/2 inch thick. So you could stack them this way, right? 1 pile, 2 piles. 6, oh no, 5 by 5. They're going to stick out 5.5 inches. That's not going to work. Let me think. I'm going to think about that, but I'm a little bit stumped at the moment. So 5 by 5. And now, of course, I walked over there and I didn't get a piece of paper to write it down on. And I'm sorry about that. So now here I go again to write down those dimensions in that item. And I'll see if I can't come up with something before Tuesday that would work for that product. At least a suggestion. Even if it's not something we make, I might be able to come up with something 5.5 by 6 by 1/2 inch bigs. Tuesday. Okay, on it. I'll do the best I can for you. All right. Kelly says, I'm always driving at 9 a.m., so I'm happy to be sitting at my desk so I can listen. I'm so glad that you're here too. Let's see. Do I have any other questions popping up here? I missed the die cards. Are they discontinued? They're still in stock in the US, and I think that you'll be able to get them, or that you can get them at scrapbook.com, the sticky die storage cards, if that's what you're talking about. So I would check scrapbook.com. But I thought they went off our website for a while, and then I thought they were back on. I'm going to look really quickly here. Those are, I'm going to look them up and see if I can see if they're there. I know that we had them, but they weren't showing up on the website. So let's see if they're here. And if not, I'm going to tell you, I don't see them. I wish I could remember the SKU. Oh, I'm going to put in the word sticky. How about that? Sticky die storage and see. Sticky die storage cards. See if that narrows my search here. I don't have a mouse, which is a handicap for me. I don't see them, but I'm pretty sure that they have them at scrapbook.com. So I would check there since they're not popping up on our website. Okay. All right, my friends. I think, hi, Cynthia Swank. It's good to hear from you. And, oh, what does it say? Cynthia Swank. Hi, pretty ladies. Cynthia from Phillips Ranch, California. I'm so glad that you're here. I haven't seen your name pop up for a while, so I'm glad that you're with us today. All right, everybody. I think that's all the questions. So really, I just want to remind you, kind of my sole purpose of popping on today, and I will show you one more time. Check your email for an email that looks like that, because that is going to give you your own super secret code. Like there's a code, you can see my code, but it's only good for one-time use. So you can't, otherwise I just give you the code that I have. Everybody's getting their own code in their email. So check your email for the special for today, 5% off. That includes also additional money off anything that's on sale across the Totally Tiffany website. So don't miss out on that. Get the things that you've been pondering about now that you've got this little extra inspiration. And the sale ends Sunday. So the 5% goes through now on Sunday, but it's only good for one-time use. So make sure you have everything in your basket that you think you need. All right, my friends, I think that's it. I'll do one more last quick check here and see if there's questions. Tiffany, I need something for a large squat embossing jar containers like the ones Brutus Monroe sells. I tried using Monica, but they don't fit nicely. Any suggestions? I'm not sure who Brutus Monroe is. I'm going to look it up really quickly. Usually I have Susie here to do this, right? Brutus Monroe embossing powder. Let me see what it is. Okay. It looks like, and they probably don't give dimensions on here, the jar is approximately 1 ounce. So I'm going to pull this out. No, over here. I don't know how many you have, but so this is the new 12 by 12 storage and supply case, and this happens to be the 6th drawer. These embossing powders, which I put in upside down, so I've got my embossing powders here and I've got my heat tool over here. These guys are 2 inches tall, about 2 1/8 inches tall, and about 1 1/4 inches around. Well, probably bigger than that on the lid size. And they do fit in the depth, 1.5 on the lid size. And they do fit in this depth, this 2-inch depth. So any then of the storage and supply cases, including the smaller ones. So here's the 4 drawer. You can put them in. See how it sticks up a little bit above the thing? They're vinyl, so it's just going to give that little bit of stretch to the vinyl, and then you can put them in. So depending on how many you have, if they're that size, let me click back here to the live stream so I can see, just in case. The top measure is about 2 1/8 inches. Oh, okay. So let me grab this perhaps. So the top of this is 2 3/4. So you know what I think it's the same size as? I think it's the same size as a product that is from, I don't know if it's this. There's a gesso product. Let me see if I have it here. I'm just banging around here. Let's see. I don't think either one of these is 2 1/8. But we'll see. So the height, I think, is more relevant than the lid. So this is 2 inches by, 1 inch and a little more than a half. These would totally fit. These would probably also fit. Let's see. These might be a little tall. No, those would fit as well. Again, you're going to get that pop. So it just more or less depends on the depth. As long as they're 2 1/4 inches tall, any size around, I would look at the storage and supply cases. And then depending on how many you have, whether you go for a 12 by 12 storage and supply case, which are the brand new ones, or you go for one of the smaller ones. So these come, this is a 4 drawer, but there is a 2 drawer and a 6 drawer version, depending on the size. And I believe that all the sizes for the drawers in both of these are listed on the website. So if you have lots, go for the big one, maybe the 6 drawer or the 4 drawer. The 6 drawer is nice because if you use that kind of heat tool, it just fits in that nice pocket. It's very handy. But then the 4 drawers work well for that as well. It's, if you want to travel with them. Otherwise, I would look at the 4 drawer, the 4 level stadium arranger if you want to display them all in your workspace and see if they'll fit in the dimension that is. Look at me. I make such a mess every time I do this. All right. Let's see. Kylie Sullivan from Australia. You're probably the furthest away today. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And she says you need to add a tape measure to your table. I did actually at one time have like a tape measure right on the table just for that reason. And then I was constantly flipping things around, but it was very handy. Angela Kraus says, I actually just organized my craft supplies with my TT buddy bags last weekend. And I was thinking I so need a big bag for markers, and voila, Faline arrives. She's your girl. So definitely sign up with Stephanie's website so you know when they come out. All right, my friends, I think that's all the questions. What do you recommend to clean your buddy bags? Probably rubbing alcohol, depending on what's on them. Like rubbing alcohol will take off almost anything. It will take off ink. It'll take off permanent marker, anything like that. And then I guess any of those things. If you have something sticky, then something like Goo Gone or Undo, depending on what it is, will clean that off. But it's just vinyl, so anything that'll work on vinyl will work. But I use rubbing alcohol. It takes off paint, it takes off ink, it takes off permanent marker. That's usually my go-to for that. I actually buy it 3 bottles at a time on Amazon. Now, my husband hijacks it every once in a while out in the garage, but it's like I clean my whole work table with it. When I'm done, it's pretty inexpensive. I just all over the work table and just wipe it down because it picks up almost everything right off the table. So, and it works great on buddy bags too. Okay, my friends. I think I've already said that, haven't I? Mary Murray says, what can I store my ECD dies in for the planner dies? I would say either the Kirsten buddy bag, which is the big one that has the 9x6 pockets, or you can use the slimline storage. Let me think, where is my big old loaded up Kirsten bag? Because I think I actually have some of those planner dies in there, the ECD dies. I'm going to look over here really quickly, or I might have put them in my slimline also. Let's see. I'm going to pull this slimline. I don't know where my great big Kirsten bag is loaded up with all of my big dies. But the Kirsten bag holds the 9x6 pockets, and then it works with the 8x5 magnets. So, here it is. It's in pink. So this is the one that's, look at my workspace. How embarrassing. One of these has planner dies in it. Let me see if it's in this one. So this is the 9x6 pocket, and you can see there is that big planner die. Right now, let's have the instructions in the back there. So it fits great in the 9x6 pocket and works with the 8x5 magnet. Then depending on how long they are, this is the slimline storage solution. Now, this is not available on our website either. Slimline, I think both Stephanie have it and scrapbook.com, all the retailers in the US, but we don't have it on our website. So, but it's a little narrower 9x4. So the 9x6 in the Kirsten. So this is the pink version of Kirsten, you can only get the pink one from the Stamps of Life. But that's a perfect solution for your bigger Stampin' Die sets. And it's cute in the pink. I think she also has black on her website as well. Okay. Hi, Pamela. It's a nice surprise that you're on now. I know, just a little pop in. I just don't want you, I love it when there's a good deal and a bonus deal. So I want to make sure that you take a look at your email today. If you've been waiting to take advantage of the sale, use that 5% off. It's like a double whammy of goodness for this sale. I wanted to share with you how the pop-ups work and my super technique for labeling those shimmer inks. I'm going to talk about both of those again on Tuesday. So if you tune in late and you missed that, don't worry about it. It's going to come up on Tuesday Live next week also. Woo. All right, my friends. I think that's all. Please click on the On Special tab, and just in the drop down, if you're looking for something, it's going to tell you Buddy Bags are buy two, get the third one free. I think Fab Files are buy two, get the third one free. It's going to tell you sort of what all the specials are in the drop down, or you can click all the way in and everything will pop up on the screen. That's the best way to see the best deals, because everything from around the website is bunched into that page. And then, of course, if there's something you want that's not on sale, you're also going to get that 5% on that item as well. It's across the Totally Tiffany website. Woo. All right, my friends. Thanks for finding a few minutes to hear me ramble on this afternoon. I hope you all have a great and crafty weekend, and I will see you Tuesday morning, 9 o'clock Pacific time, for the joining of the Tuesday Tribe on Tuesday Live. Take care, everybody.